I started coaching baseball when my oldest son was 6 years old. I coached him through junior high, and I coached my youngest son through high school rec league. When it was all said and done, I coached baseball for about 25 years, went to hundreds of games, did hundreds of practices, and sat through hundreds of professional coaching sessions. I know a lot about baseball. However, I never actually played baseball. So the reality is, I really know nothing at all about baseball. I'm the worst baseball player in the world. I cannot throw, I cannot catch, I cannot hit, and I definitely cannot pitch. I've learned a lot about baseball over the years, but I never applied any of what I learned to my own life experiences. That is not only true when it comes to baseball, but that same pattern applies to many other areas of my life. The most recent example of this has been grieving the tragic death of my daughter Jessica. I knew about grieving, but I never had to apply it to my life. Knowing what I've learned about grieving and applying it in real life are two totally different animals. I can tell you that I do know how to be married and how to parent. I have both learned and applied what I have learned in those areas. I'm also doing much better in applying what I have learned in my spiritual life, although it took me more than 25 years to really walk in that. The second principle of transformation in our platform is knowing. What does it really mean to know something? The first part of this principle we call learn, apply, engage. The learn piece is what most of us are really good at. But let's take a closer look at that. Isaac Newton, who was a pretty learned fellow, said the following: "What we know is a drop, what we don't know is an ocean." When I graduated with a bachelor's degree in electrical engineering, I really thought I was all that. When I went to graduate school and earned a master's degree in electrical engineering, I was so much more aware of everything I did not know. I had much more engagement with professors who invested their entire lives into learning as much as they could about a very small area of engineering. And still, they really knew nothing about it when compared to what they did not know. Even though we have learned well, we need to be careful not to become prideful. That will shut down future learning pretty quickly. Apply is where many of us need some work. Actually practicing what we preach, living out what we have learned on a daily basis. What about engage? Engage basically means to share what you have learned, what you are applying, where that applying is going well, and where it is not. Engage is basically transparency, vulnerability, and accountability in a particular area. We really do not know a particular topic until we learn everything we can about it, apply it to our lives on a daily basis, and engage others in that topic. By sharing how that applying is going with others who, hopefully, are trying to apply the same learning in their own lives. In the next video, we will discuss part 2 of the principle of knowing, harmony and tension.